some nice little rotation of your neck and your neck flexors. So we're just going to stand, that lovely posture. Your feet a little bit wider than your hips. So just wiggle your toes, wake them up, draw your pelvic floor up, your belly button in. So all the power that's moving your toes is coming from your core. Okay, your crown above that coccyx there. Breathe in, and we are going to just take the face to this wall. So it's really important that your shoulders stay forwards as well as your hips, so you get a beautiful lengthening here. And then breathe in to come back in, exhale. Shoulders are here, we're just thinking about this length. And it's really important that your face is level with that wall. So it's not a chin poke or a brow nod, just nice and flat. Breathe in here and then take it to the other side. And then we are going to chin poke. We'll do one more on each side. I just want you to take your fingertips onto your jaw. So you just get a nice lengthening, just a little bit more. Just notice the difference between no fingers and fingers. Breathe in, exhale, and the same again there. It's just that butterfly effect. So you can just feel that gentle tension there. So we're going to chin poke today. So again, your face nice and vertical, and you just draw your face forwards and then redress. Breathing in, exhale. Just lift that pelvic floor, just getting in gear with your posture. That's it, exhale. Breathing in, exhale. So for this one, you're just trying to just lengthen out the back of your neck and across your shoulders, and then back, draw it up nice and long, like you've got that thread from your crown there. And then, brilliant. Okay, so the next one, take your left palm to the world and just in the nape of your back there. And then again, keeping your face level with the wall, you take your ear to the side. So I don't want you forward or back, just level. It's just this ear coming to here, and your shoulders are straight. Okay, now again, fairy fingers here. Feel the difference. I don't want you yanking your head, just literally fairy fingers here. And then we breathe and we just switch. So again, this back hand, palm to the world there, and just come here. Beautiful little stretch. Breathing in. As we swap, exhale here. Good. Breathing in. Exhale. Gosh, lovely, gentle lengthening right here. If you prefer, you can actually just stroke the neck to get any tension out there. But this really just does it for me. Just lengthening those neck flexors, breathing in, swap over, exhale. And again, one more on each side. And then we've got a lovely back stretch. Breathing in, exhale. So we've got plie squats today, and toe taps, super person, and knee drops and a donkey kick. And there's something else as well, it'll come to me. Right, keep your hips forwards and you take your shoulders into the corner of the room, so you're on a diagonal, so you've got a rotation in your spine. Breathing in to prepare, and then it's hinging from your hips. Now watch the back. I want the back straight, so I don't want it humped over. I want it as if, make us aim for a smile in your back, but it just makes it go flat. Okay, so you might just want to aim to stick your bum out just a tiny bit, and then you get a bit of a stretch down there, and then the palm of that opposite side to the bend pushes into that corner. Okay, breathing in to come back up. So you're really lengthening, stretching that whole oblique and the leg as well on that opposite bent side. Have some breath and then swizzle through, lift this pelvic floor, exhale. Make sure your feet are forwards, make sure your hips are forwards and your shoulders are in that corner. Okay, you ready with the opposite hand there? Push through, really lengthening here, and you might get a bit of a lengthening in the lower part of your back. Aim for that super smile in your back so you're nice and straight in the back, and then breathe in to come back up. Gorgeous. Who needs a massage? Breathe in, super twizzle, exhale. Okay, how's your back? Is it straight? And also, by the way, you don't bring your chin up. Your eyes are to the floor and your arms in line with your ear, so everything's straight. So we're not like this. I don't want you hurting your neck. Keep your neck, your eyes to the floor so your neck's level with your spine. Breathing in. Woo. Twizzle. Exhale. Gosh. And you're getting deeper, deeper stretches. Push through the palm. It's really important the palm of your hand, not your fingertips, go into that corner like that. Just makes you get more of a lengthening and a stretch. Okay, breathe in. Hips are forwards, shoulders there, and push. That's it. Breathe in. One last time here, and then we'll get ready for plies. That's it. And push. Great. Come up. Pop the weight into your heels. Get your toes out into those corners. Now, I'll show you the form. We're just going to slowly just get your crown towards the coccyx coming down. So you're going to have to warm into it. We need to keep the knees over those ankles. So I've not silenced my phone and I've become really popular all of a sudden. So just let me sort this out while we just come down. So it's crown to coccyx. Now, as you get warmer, oh there, I've just lost my clock there. So as we get warmer, you're going to have to wriggle your toes out a little bit so that as you get lower, and I know you will, as your hamstrings get level with the floor, your knees remain over your heels, okay? Because at first you're not that warm, so we're like this, but I don't want this, I want this, okay? All right, but you're going to, as you get lower with each one, then you can wiggle your toes out to correct your form. Okay, notice those knees aren't coming in, they're coming, they stay wide, 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 wide. And come back up. That's it. We're going to do that super squeeze. Let's just warm in with these squats first. Okay, if you've got your band handy, because we'll do our dumb waiter at the same time. Just get the action first. What you'll want to do is breathe in on the up, exhale when everything's a bit bent here. Okay, if you're getting a bit tight there, then you can do those circles with your knee around your hip, but you'll have to do it stood up. You can't do it when you're down here like this. Okay, so let's bring this in. We'll do 5 like this, and then we'll start introducing the old calf muscles in that squeeze. Don't let those knees fold in, keep them wide. So when you do this with the band, imagine you widening your knees and you're wedging your knees open with your band. Slow is better. If you're coming up quick, then you're going to spoil the effect. You want to come up slow, then bring your band in slow, resist, so that you're using all the stabilizer muscles in your legs as well as the big ones that are pushing you up. Okay, if the band and everything's too much, just leave the band. If you just want to do the band and leave the legs, that's fine. We're layering it on, giving you loads of options. Okay, leave that there for a sec. I want you to just lift up your right heel and bring it down, and then your left. Just warming up the calves a little bit. So can you see, I'm just lifting up each heel. The legs aren't bent yet. You're just tensing up the calf muscles and releasing. I don't want it too harsh because I just want you to warm up. Right, you might have to bring them in a little bit, those feet, as you bring both up and down. Lift and lower. Keep breathing. Should we try this as well? Lift and lower. Lift that pelvic floor. Engage everything. Let's do 10 here. And then we do exactly the same, but down with your legs bent just like they were. Let's warm it up for 5, 4, 3, resist. Last one. Okay, try this. So you come down nice and slow. You should be warm. Should be warm enough to get your legs wide enough to have your hamstrings level with that floor and your knees are out. Okay, take one heel up at a time. That's it. Oh yeah, don't slip with your socks. I'm surprised I've not skidded over yet. Okay, right. 2 more on each side. Okay, just have your band ready. And then let's try both. Okay, it might get you a bit there. That stretchy thing kind of warms up that bit of your glute there. Right, so you've got tons of options. Let's do another 10 with both, or you can do 5 with one foot, 5 on the other, alternating, or we can take it up with both. Just be careful, I don't want your rib cage coming up. You know, as you do that, I'm just going to go to the side so you know what I mean. Cheeky break. Okay, so I don't want your chest coming out. Ribs to hips, crown above your coccyx. I think we've got 5. Now I'm slipping. 4, 3, 2. Don't come up too quick. Last one, just stay there. Right, so to get in safe, do you remember this? We're going to just do your hip winders. So pop the weight into your heels, and from here, you can do one at a time if you like. Just bring your toes in, pop the weight into your toes, bring your heels in. The action's from here rather than your feet, otherwise you're going to twist your knee. And actually it's just a mobilization for your hips. Just don't forget to change where the weight is in your feet. We're going to go back out just to get a bit of a mobility here. Breathe in, weight into the heels, turn the toes out from your hips, your ball and socket joint. Weight into your toes, bring your heels out, weight into your heels, bring your toes out, and so on. Have you got it? Just don't move on the weighted bit of the foot. Okay? It's bonkers, but it's good for your hips, Laura. Come on. I can see your little picture in your box. Right, okay. What next? Oh yeah, so we are going to do the squeeze. So come back down, super wide stance, come down. So this gets quite tough for some reason. We'll stretch first. So you're going to pop your hands down there. You won't need that for a minute. Walk over. Oh, that's right. Yeah, your feet need to now be forward facing. I'm going to walk over to the right, knee over the right. This leg's extended. So you're getting a stretch there. And then this hand is on the outer part of the foot, and we can look up at that hand. Okay? Feet are forwards for this one. Breathe. Okay, I'm just going to swap the hand. So we just get a bit of a different angle on it there. Feel now you're getting an inner thigh, bit of a glute stretch after all that work. Come down. Right, you walk your hands over as this leg extends, this one flexes. Are you getting this stretch here? That's good. That's what we're looking for. Feet are forwards. This hand is just on the outside of that foot as we stretch up. Everything stretching. Good. Have a little look. Breathe into your thoracic here. Let your ribs move with your breath. So important to get them ribs moving. That tree smells gorgeous. I said that this morning. Right, you ready? Swap your hands and then look the other way. So now you're getting a bit of a different stretch on that inner thigh of that leg. Over here. Good. Okay. Breathe. See if you can get these ribs to move. Right, you ready? Walk back to the middle. And we'll just do a couple of, just wiggle your toes in so your knees are over your ankles and just come up and down. Okay, you should be getting a stretch in the back of your legs now. Woo! Keep those knees hovering, those heels. Don't let the knees come in. And then wiggle your toes apart because we're going to walk over to the right, lengthening the left leg, bending the right knee. And we're just going to do the same. That's it, great. Turn this hip out, look at that finger. Breathe into your rib cage. Oh, it's great. Swap over. That's it. Just, I want you to think about what's stretching, how it feels a little bit different to the last position. Whew. Bring it down, walk it through, lengthen that leg, bend the other one. Come in. Okay, so I'm gonna, lift that hand up. So I've taken the outer hand up first. So now I'm getting a stretch on that inner thigh of the opposite leg to arm in the air. Have you got that? Breathe. And then come down, swap over, and let's just get a slightly different angle on it. So breathe here, into that rib cage. Great. Join that hand there, walk back to the middle, okay? And then we're gonna squat, this funny old squat here. Bending those knees, keeping them over those heels as much as you can. It gets you right in that glute area on the side, glute med. And then extend the legs and bend. And you know what's coming next if you've done my classes for a bit. You're going to wedge your elbows in, wiggle your toes in, and you're going to do a massive squeeze out with the elbows and a squeeze in for the knees. And you have to breathe. 3 breaths. Oh, actually, what we do is we take a breath in, exhale, squeeze, relax, take a breath in, exhale, push and squeeze, and again, relax, breathe in, exhale, push and squeeze, and then take another breath. And you can carry on squeezing or you can do a relax and a squeeze. We'll do 3 breaths or just 2. Don't over breathe. You should be killing on your inner thighs. Pop those hands down and lengthen those legs. Should have jelly legs. I don't know what it is about that, but goodness me, it really gets them. Fold yourself out, roll yourself up, bring your legs in, step and get this knee to lift and just circle, satellite that hip. And then the other one. That's it, then try it the other way. That's your mindfulness. Remembering which way you go. One way and the other way. Step, rotate, whoops, and come back. There. I bet you're ready to go down now, aren't you? Okay, let's go down. So we're going to go, we've got a gorgeous
It's like just go on one knee, and we've got a really nice thoracic stretch. Okay, so it's like this, your usual kind of, I don't know, I call it proposal position. Now, you might want to hold on to something, but you might be just okay. We kind of do a diagonal wheel shape with your arm. Let me go a bit further back. But it's good to get it on the diagonal, because then you get a stretch down your oblique. We've got some nice oblique work coming up, so we're just warming into it. Now, when you're warm and you know your direction of your body and you've got used to the sway, you look at your fingers. Lift your pelvic floor, hold here, because you can lose your balance a bit when you're watching your fingers. Okay, that's it, breathing in. Good. Whew. One more. Well, carry on if you like. This is quite nice as well. Palm to the world. You take that palm into your waist, pop this hand down, and then you just look up there. That's it. That's it. And when you're ready for a slightly deeper stretch, unfold that arm like it's a wing and just bring it up, just like we did before. Good. That's it. Lift that pelvic floor. Very feet. Whew. Now, swap. You're not quite going to swap your arms. We are in a minute, but we're going to do like open door, but from here. So you can have your hand on your foot or just by the side, it doesn't matter. And then you just open, and then you really try and get that arm. You're not going to get it behind you, but aim for behind you. Like the weight of your arm drops away. Can you see? Because it's all a bit like chopping my arm off. So you're just trying to get your arm as wide as possible, just to get a stretch in your chest. And then come down, exhale. So we usually do this on the side lying down, but it's just a bit different there. Lovely. And close again. We'll do one more opening. That's it. Lift that pelvic floor. Okay. And then come down. Before we swap, we'll just do a nice hip flexor stretch. So same side, you're just leaning forwards and reach. Try and tuck your coccyx under. So I don't want a massive deep wedge hollow in your back. So just bring that coccyx under to try and get as much length as you can there. And then can you remember, we can lift up that back foot if you want to just stretch out. It's that back hip flexor that's getting some length there. And then reach forward. Breathe. And reach. Oh gosh, you don't have to have your foot up at the back. Just lengthening forwards can be enough. And then draw it back through. Oh gosh. We're ready to swap. So other leg up. Are you ready to do that lovely wheel? So reaching forwards. You can hold on to something with this free hand, or we can just grab the knee there. Breathe and reach. Breathe and reach. I really want you to open up here and take a breath for every circle. That's it, really opening up your rib cage. Let your eyes track those hands now. Last one. Really let it roll. And then bring the hands down, either side of the feet. I should tilt this back to my feet. So either side of the feet, the inner hand, palm to the world, it reaches right round, so it's into that waist there. And then we look up here to the sky. And I'd like you to really get this hip up there, really open it out and breathe into here. And then when you're ready, unfold that arm, palm facing towards you there, like that. Yeah. And then we can swap those hands. Oh no, we're not swapping yet. We're going to do open door here. So you can have your hand on the foot there or just on the outside, and we just open and close. And then open, and then really let that arm, the weight of the arm, just as if it's falling back. It won't do, but it's just a lovely opening of your chest. Exhale to come down, breathing in here, and just try and be nice and vertical with those arms. And then come back down. Last one. I don't want you to strain here, but I want you to really open up. And then we're ready to stretch forward. So you're lengthening this now by reaching forwards there. Remember, if that's uncomfortable, pop a padding underneath there or double your mat. Try and keep this heel, this knee over that heel there, and reach. Tuck that coccyx under a little bit, we're lengthening here. So if you have tight hip flexors, it's brilliant for that. You know, if you get sore hips or hips that feel like they're loose, this really stretches it out. If you get that, you can do this before you do a walk or a run. It really helps condition those tissues around the hips. Okay, so if you're ready to up it a little bit, you can lift this up and just have a couple of breaths here. Well done. You're getting a nice stretch there as well in that hamstring. Ready for some work. We're going to go into on all fours from here. Do that lovely series on all fours. Leave that go, hands are down. So for this to be safe, just make sure you've got room here to the side, enough for your legs. We're going to take that leg out to the side. And we're just going to isolate a little tilt in the pelvis there. And then we'll take it all the way up. Can you just check actually your knee is underneath that hip and your wrist is directly underneath your shoulder. And remember, flat back, you're not moving. Well, I mean, you are moving, but when we start the movement of the arms and legs, your back doesn't move, your shoulder girdle doesn't move, and neither does your pelvic girdle move. We're doing that now. We're just going to get some air into it now and take it all the way up into that cat. And once you know what you're doing, have your eyes to the floor so your spine's level with the whole of your spine, including your neck, level with the back part of your spine as well. And lift. This is your exhale because you're squashing your ribs towards those hips. Open that rib cage up, separate ribs from hips to let the air in. Breathe. Exhale. Breathing in. Lovely job. Exhale. Right, so I want you completely neutral. That simply means your back isn't dipped, it's not dipped, it's not arched, it's straight. Your pelvis isn't wiggling about and your shoulders are strong, so you're not hanging off like this. I want you strong chest, okay? Take a breath as you lift your pelvic floor, securing your core to try not to knock anything over. You're poking your arm and your leg away, opposite arm to leg away. So your back stays straight, Try not to overextend this elbow. So a little kink there so the knobbly bit's to the side and your hips are level. Not like, woo, not like that. Hips are level with the floor. Come back in, okay? Have some breathing in through the nose to do the opposite quadrant. I shall just turn round so as we don't knock over that tree. Okay, level hips. If your hips are level, it makes you use your bottom muscle to get that leg out there. Okay, breathing in. Sorry, just come back in. Oh, that should be your exhale, but I like to hold it a long time, so you'll need a breath in between, won't you? Okay, so I'm going to do right arm, left leg, breathing in, reach. So I like to imagine a bungee cord from your fingertips all the way to that toe, and you're lengthening it along your spine to get your spine straight and strong. Have a breath here, and then exhale to carefully bring the limbs back. Breathing in. The slower you do it, the more control, the more you're using your stabilizer muscles. It's what you're here for. Okay, it's not a spin class. We still use loads of muscles, but just carefully, precisely. Okay, on your next exhale, bring it in. Breathe in other quadrant. How's your bungee? Is it stretching? Is it lengthening your spine? Good. Have a breath. Have another one. Really lengthen away. And bring it in. Next inhale. That's it. I really want you to concentrate on your spine being really beautifully lengthened out. Your limbs lengthening away. Honestly, it works. Makes you have longer limbs if you're stretching them like this. If that's what you want, careful of your elbow. Nice and pointing out there. Right, one more on each side. Bring it in. Breathe it. When you come back in, make sure your knees go underneath your hips again. Great. Have a couple of breaths here. Concentrate. And bring it back in. So I want to just show you a little stretch before we start taking limbs to the side. So it's like piriformis stretch upside down. So I want you to take your right foot and hook it in front of that left knee. Okay, listen to you, but if you've got hip replacements, this is enough. Okay, now you're going to come down onto your elbows. Okay, can you see? Now, to get a deeper stretch, you come further down and you can just bring your foot so that it's further, so your knee's further away there. And you should just get a stretch there in your piriformis. You can lift your foot up here as well. Can you feel it? You're getting a deep stretch in your glute. So if you lift your foot up, then you get that as well. Oh yeah, because we're taking the leg to the side in a minute. Okay, one last breath. Release. Come back up and swap. So, you know, we're all different. This might just quite be enough. Oh my gosh, I can't do it. There. Okay, so that might be enough. Whew. As long as you're getting a bit of a stretch in that cheek there, that's fine. Come down, you'll feel it a bit more. Yay. And then if you want some more, you bring that foot up and just come down. Bring your chest closer to your limbs. Like that, just coming down. Lift and squash in. Technical term. Breathe. Just get that stretch. You'll appreciate it because you're going to be cocking your leg up lots. Okay, you ready? Right, untangle yourself. Move so that you're not going to knock anything over. So I'll show you what we're going to do. we're going to, just like we did before, take left arm and right leg. Your left arm goes to the left and your right leg goes to the right. And I suggest you keep your limbs on the floor for now, because just to get, I want you to feel where you're going to need your balance if you lift your limbs up. Okay, and you might want to stay here. Believe you me, I know it's enough. Right, so then you're going to thread that hand through. Listen to the floor. I don't want your head on the floor unless you really have to. You're just listening to the floor, breathing into here. Oh, beautiful. I can smell that candle. It's the Seychelles. Never been. Would like to. Come back up. Bring this limb round. Exactly the same. Breathing in, right arm, left leg. Are you ready to swivel round? There. Right to right, left limb to left side. Can you feel that stretch that you needed? Working. Thread the needle. Oh, lovely. Whew. And come back. So you can stay at that one, or we can go on a slope. So right arm, left leg. Right, now let's at least start off with the hips level. As you take that leg to the side, you're going to swivel your, I nearly said something else then, your hips. You're going to swivel your hips. Okay, ready? Breathe. You're taking the right arm to the right and your left leg to the left. And then we thread the needle again. I've done this for ages. So your legs and your arm are now together, kind of parallel. Breathe. Woo. And bring it round. Okay, you might want a breath. Definitely breathe in to do the same on the right hand, left leg. Okay, in the air. I'm on a slope for now. We'll take it straight in a sec. Just have loads of breath before you start to exhale. Swing right arm to the right, left leg to the left. Run out of room for a sec. And then thread that needle. Listen to the floor. Stay strong. You're going to have to really lift your pelvic floor so that you're not falling over. Remember, this is the one we fall over with. Try not to. Breathe. Bring it back through. How are you feeling? Good. Right, so the last one, you bring your arm up. So just like super person, don't collapse, keep everything strong. And honestly, stay on the floor if you're not ready, but have a go. Just make sure if you're going to fall, you're cushioned around you. Okay, breathe. And then lift that pelvic floor as you take your limbs to the side. Thread the needle. Really stretch your toes and your fingertips away. Breathe. Okay, I've given you loads of options, so you might be on the floor with your limbs, and that's fine. If it's just ridiculous today, then do your super person, because that's hard as well. It's just different muscles. Breathe. Come back through. Oh, you ready? You've got this. Breathe. Reach. How's your back? How's your posture? Everything straight. Have some breath to swizzle your limbs around. You'll be ready for your tea or your supper or a glass of wine. Breathe and reach. Really reach your toes and your fingertips away. Breathe into the balance and the stretch. Okay. Come back. Are you ready for your child pose? There you go. Feel free to do another one on each side, but you know, you might want to stretch. So please remember, have your stretch where you need. Have your knees, just experiment. You might want knees open. You might want knees closed. You might want a cushion under your bum. That's nice. Okay, you might want a cushion on your head. See if you want to sway your hips from side to side. Have a couple of breaths in your own space. You can stay here, or if you feel like you want a bit of a stretch in your spine, then go back into on all fours. And this is quite nice. We're just going to stretch again. You're going to just take your eyes towards your toes and then bring your bottom towards your eyes. So your spine goes in a banana shape, like on a table. So it's lying down a banana shaped spine. That's what I call it anyway, banana spine. Okay, if I do this, then you might be able to see. So a bit like a dog chasing its tail. And then just do the other side. So bring your bum in, bring your eyes in. Oh gosh. And then you can do the other side. And again, this is good if you have, you know, spine issues. Not everyone's got a straight spine. You might just have a little bit of a crooked spine. So this just nicely stretches your spine in a different kind of way. And again. All right, so we're doing donkey kicks. These are brilliant for your glutes, for your hamstrings. Okay, have your band near, but you don't need a band particularly. This is hard without, with just makes it more intense. So from your on all fours position, you're going to you must keep your hips level and your little knobbly bits out to the side there, so you're not overextending your elbows. Breathe, secure your core and take your leg into this position. So notice the foot is flat. Okay, it's flexed, right angle at the ankle, right angle at the knee, hips are level, so I'm not twisted like this. Now I want you to imagine the ceiling is on your foot and you're going to push the ceiling up, not with your spine, with that, okay? So I want this space in your lower back a little bit long. So just tuck your coccyx under a little bit, engage that glute and you're pushing up for 10, 9, everything's straight in your spine, it's your bottom making you work and your pelvis is still. It's hips are level with the floor. You ready? 5, 4, 3. You're not pushing it up with your toes, with your heel. 2, 1. Come down. Arch your back. Go into a bit of a cat because it can just stub your spine at the bottom if you're not quite lengthening. Okay, make sure knees are back underneath those hips. Hips are level with the floor. Just that tailbone ever so slightly under, because you should be neutral really. But to avoid this, just have that tailbone going a little bit under so that you've got flatness there. You ready? Breathe. Secure your core. Everything's flat. And then prod that ceiling up with that foot, with that glute, with that spine, being totally straight as much as you can. Are you ready? For 5, 4, 3, 2. Brilliant from what I can see. Last one. Are we only halfway through? It was meant to be 10. I think I was trying 2 blocks of 5. So just 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now let me show you. We're going to do that again, but we're going to tie the band on. If that is too much, then this is a lovely option. So you just take the leg under and you can just arch your back a little bit and then lengthen that leg away. Okay, we can come in and we can push out. Beautiful lengthening, slightly different muscles because you're lengthening that back of your leg. So just do 5 of those. We've done a few, so just one more. And then we'll do the other side. Breathe. Bring it up. Nicely evenly distribute your weight across those other limbs. Don't let that knee slip forwards here. Can't be forwards. Whew. Breathe in here. Exhale here. Last two. This was just a quick option. All right, in case you don't want to do this. So keep with either one of those options, or you can have a bash at this. So you just tie it behind your leg there. It's going to roll up, but don't worry about it. Kind of gives you a bit of a deep tissue massage. It's okay. If you've got chunky legs like me, it's fine. I don't know how it feels if you've got slender ones. Probably not quite as good. Right, then you trap the ends underneath that knee. This is here like a garter, okay? And then, honestly, what we're doing? And then, actually, it's such a nice roll up your back of your leg, that. And then we just do exactly the same again. I think it's because mine's so short that it does it. And we're just going to do 10 more. So keep your hips level, get your glutes nice and in use. You're not twisting your pelvis, you're using those glutes. Okay, halfway. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. My aim is always to try and feel stiff in that part of my leg the next day. I don't think I've ever achieved it. Okay, I don't do enough. Perhaps I should do another set. Okay, here we go. Right, round your leg, trap it with the other knee. Oh my gosh. I think I did feel stiff once, and I think it was because I forgot to swap the legs. By the time I'd sorted out my band, I'd confused myself so much, I'd repeated it on the same leg about 30 times. Right, are we ready? I'm in the tree now, but I don't move because I'll not get the band back. Right, knobbly bit out, knee under the hip, head in the tree. Off we go. 10, 9, 8. Keep those hips beautifully level. Halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. That's the crazy bit out of the way. Right, you'll be glad to know we're going on our back. Well, nearly. We'll kind of get down nice and slowly. Oof. Okay. So, we'll finish with abs. Breathing in. You're in your eye position, your crown above your coccyx there. And then draw up your pelvic floor, knees in line with your hips, none of this, and feet as well. So breathing in, exhale, scoop that coccyx under. Can you see the C there? And we're just coming down. So as you go down, you lift that pelvic floor and then come back through. Okay, you ready? This time we're going to come down, keeping the ribs closed. So ribs go down, arms come up and then around and then come up. Breathe, exhale. Woo! Keep your feet on the floor. Breathing in. That's it. Breathe in, wind it round, exhale. Right, 2 more like this. Okay, take your hands behind and I'm going to show you toe taps from this position. We usually do it lying down, and we'll probably do that in a minute anyway. But for a toe tap, this remains rigid And the action comes from the hip, and we're just taking the toe to the floor, but it's a hip exercise really. Okay, 2 more on this side. Fairy feet in that supporting foot, and then we change. Okay, we're doing 7 here. So you're lifting your pelvic floor, your chest isn't up, you're in your C curve, ribs to hips. Whew. Okay. All right, now you can stay there, or we can take both legs into tabletop and do exactly the same, but we alternate. Okay. Woo! Puffed out. All right, watch. Keep your hips here, your knees there. I do not want your ribs coming up. I want your ribs down, and see if we can take the arms away. Okay, if you can do this, that's fab. You're taking one arm up and down, just balance. Breathe in to lift an arm, exhale here. Keep your ribs low. Don't let the ribs come up. You'll lose your balance and you can hurt your back. You're not bending your arms, everything's super straight. Right, you know what we're going to do next, don't you? We're going to add on those feet. So I'm taking the left arm up and the right leg taps, then the other way. So it's like a funny march. Keep breathing. You're best off breathing in when your arm's up, exhale here. Right, let's try 5 on each side. Woo. We'll stretch them out in a minute, these hip flexors, it's murder. Okay. Oh my goodness. 2 on each side, I've lost count, sorry, I'm useless. 1, 2. Okay, fold your legs, get your hands behind, and just roll your knees forwards. And that's a really nice little lengthening there in your hips. Try not to overextend your elbows. Whew. Okay. Come down. And then, are you ready? We've done this before as well. It's like you think this won't happen, but you try and go into your C curve and extend your legs. Go into your C curve and extend your legs. If it's too much, put one leg down and extend one at a time. Let's do 3 on each leg or 6 all together. So 3 on that side or 6 on both. You must not lift your rib cage up. If you've got your legs in the air, C curve. Okay, that's 5, 4, woo, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Carry on if you want, but I'm going to have a stretch. You ready? Roll your knees forwards. That's it, yeah. And then we'll do that again, and I'll just then do a little change, and then it's a stretch. See them elbows? That is so wrong. It should be like that. Okay, right, you ready? So you know your options. You can do one leg at a time, or we can do both together. Okay. All right, are we ready? Can't remember what we're doing now. Oh yeah, don't let your ribs come up. Keep your ribs down and then lengthen out. Now you can bring your arms up and you're going into your V. 6, 5, 4, 3, you're so clever, 2, 1. Feet down. Are you ready? Go into your roll down. So remember, we're just going to roll down. You can do it from here, here. You can hold on or not. Are you ready? From your eye position, breathe. Roll that coccyx under. Spine imprint all the way down. Oh, lovely. And then imagine that bungee on your heel. Lift your pelvic floor as you draw each knee up here. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember what I wanted to do. So we're going into windows like this. So your elbow above your shoulder, elbows are together, hands are together. And then we're going to, your knees should be together and your feet as well. And we're going to do a knee drop. So you're going to roll your right knee to the right, peel it away. And then you're peeling your left arm down as well. And your shoulder should be in line with your elbow. And then you just relax that right glute to open your hips. Breathe. God, I feel like I've been in the sea. Okay. Breathe. As you exhale, lift that pelvic floor, bring limbs back up. Ready to take left knee down and right arm away. Good. Breathe. Feel that lovely connection with the floor, just touching your elbow, your shoulder. That knee and that glute should be totally soft and relaxed. You might have to will it with a bit of mindfulness. Get that bottom nice and soft. Bring those limbs back up. On that exhale, we'll just do that lovely hip roll, palms down to the floor, feet together, knees together. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, secure your core, take your knees to the right, your eyes to the left, and just let this floor hold you. Yeah, we're all connected because we're all on the earth. So here we are being held by earth. Two more breaths here. Feel that rotation in that spine. And as you exhale, secure your core, bring it up. Keep your secured core as your knees go to the other side. Your eyes go away from your knees. Have some breaths here. Beautiful. Okay. As you exhale on this next one, lift everything, secure everything, bring it in. Pelvic tilt, get that lower back into the floor there. And lengthen the spine as the spine's imprinted, and then a little curve in the spine as your ribs separate from your hips. Do a couple of those in your own time. Whew. Bring your knees to the side, walk yourself up. And say, well done me, well done you, and namaste.